Plague Tale series. When I first started playing, I didn't really know what I was expecting. I knew it was a survival game and that there was a bunch of rats. That piqued my interest enough. But once I started playing, I was hooked. Both games are now some of my favorite games. The story takes place in 1340s France during the Black Plague. We start off with Innocence, the first game. The main idea is really about Amicia and Hugo de Rune, a brother and sister, and the immense bond they create during their journey together. But this bond doesn't come easily, not even really knowing one another in the beginning of the game. Along with having to run from the likes of the Inquisition and rats, it takes time for them to gain trust. But with this struggle, it creates an amazing bond. Hugo has an ancient illness passed down by bloodline called the macular, which links him to the plague and rats that come with it. And as we see toward the second half of the game, and in Requiem, this also gives him a particular connection with the rats. The Inquisition, led by the Grand Inquisitor Visales, desires Hugo for the macular he has. The Inquisition is what really sets off Amicia and Hugo's journey as they attack their home in the beginning of the game. As the game continues, it's really about Amicia, Hugo, and the friends that they create along the way. Lucas, Millie, Arthur, and Roderick. Victims of what is going on around them, they harbor a hatred and sadness, and as they gain a weapon from the most innocent out of them all, we see them change from victims to aggressors. This aggressive killing is carried and added to in the second game. As we start off Requiem, we already see Amicia and Hugo getting into trouble, but Amicia is more unhinged than in the first game and is ready to kill anyone in her path with the reason of needing to do anything she can for Hugo. Although she has plenty of people trying to show her a reason, this rampage Amicia goes on ends up affecting the people around her and even innocent people, but she is blinded by her love for Hugo and wants the life that she feels they deserve.
Come on. You can do better than that. You have a whole garrison here, why don't you really let yourself go?
Stop.
No! Do you see the situation we're in? We were just supposed to get herbs. How do you think Hugo feels right now without them? How will he feel when his sister is
I made a mistake, right? I don't know what's happening to me, Lucas. I feel my mind going.
Yes, because this world hurts. And it keeps hurting. And you want to hurt it back. But it's a fight you cannot win, Amicia. You are not them. You are a de Rune.
And the real question of the game is how far Amicia will go, and is she ready for the consequences that lie ahead?
He's sad. All this because of a dream.
When's the last time a dream meant everything to you?
The day I stopped being a child.
Combat and stealthing in this game is very fun. Using different items and having the choice to either stealth or kill through lets you have your own unique way to get through the game. Although at times it does get frustrating. In parts I definitely had issues or frustrations getting stuck on some parts, and sometimes either had to step away or after more than a few tries I would finally break through. But I also saw that some people also had the same issue. Some of the combat, especially in Requiem, I would get stuck on. Facing hordes of soldiers, you would kind of have to start over, at least do a couple times to realize maybe what to do for a particular soldier that either had a shield or maybe had a helmet on or armor on. The only other thing that I saw or that I experienced was sometimes in the game mode, not in the cutscenes, but in like the game mode, something dramatic would happen and it wouldn't really hit that well because in the game mode they didn't really have any facial emotions. What I truly enjoyed about this amazing game was the visuals. The natural light it has and the landscapes and places that we travel through are absolutely amazing. And the music just pushes it even more. It engaged me. I loved the music through both games. I loved the dynamic of the music, how calm it would be, and then how tense it would get. and I think it was supported well by really good voice acting. I'm really glad I picked up these games. They've become some of my favorites, and I really recommend them if you haven't played them. At the end of Requiem, I don't know if this is really like a spoiler, so spoiler just in case if I say this, but at the end of Requiem, they're left off with a hint of a third game. Although they haven't started it, I really, really hope they do, because I really want to see what they do next. I just want to say thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a good day, and see you in the next video.